In this week's episode of Working with Work, I want to explain to you why living inside your comfort zone is the most dangerous place to live. Hello and welcome to episode 56 of my Working with Work series. My name is Carl Pauline, and in this week's episode I want to talk to you about something I wrote on my blog last week about your comfort zone. Now, it's one of the things that I find is the most destructive places that you can be, because as human beings, we were designed to grow, to continually grow. But the problem with the comfort zone is it stops us from growing. We become comfortable with the way our career is. We become comfortable where we're living. We become comfortable with the friends that we have, the family, doing the same things with our family every week, every weekend. It's dangerous because all human beings were created to continuously grow. Now, I had personal experience of this, and I have seen this happen to me when I was very, very young. I was 12 years old and I was hanging out with the wrong crowd. I got into smoking. We didn't care about schoolwork because we just thought we were cool. We were the it gang. But one day, we had to do a cross-country run during our sports period at school, and I actually won the race. Now, this was on the back of smoking and not doing anything else. And the teacher, fortunately, took me to one side and said, "Hey, Carl, you've got a talent there. You need to nurture it. Come to my cross-country practice later in the week and we'll turn you into a runner." Well, I went and I turned into a runner. And within 2 years, I was the Bradford Schools and West Yorkshire Schools 1500 metre champion. And it all came about because of that one day when I went out for that cross-country run and discovered I was pretty good at running. And running now, for me, has become one of the biggest parts of my life. I love being able to go out for a run 3 or 4 times a week. It relaxes me, keeps me in shape, and it stops me from being in a vegetative state on my sofa. But the thing is, what I learned from that lesson is that if I'd stayed with the wrong crowd, who knows how my life would have turned out. I certainly wouldn't be here living in Korea today, and I would never have achieved the things that I've achieved in my life if it wasn't for that one time when I stepped outside of my comfort zone, moved away from smoking, moved away from the wrong crowd, because it all started snowballing. I started improving at school and my grades went up and I had a reasonably successful school life. But I see this even in adults. I see people thinking, okay, if I follow this path, I'm going to do it, but they're not happy. And the problem here is if you're not happy doing what you're doing, then you need to step away from your comfort zone. There are thousands of people out there who've watched the Jim Rohn videos, been on the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within course. They've actually taken many other courses and they've turned their life around. Sure, I know it's not easy. I know it's very, very difficult, but it's far better than getting stuck inside a comfort zone where you come home at the end of the night, you sit down on the sofa, you turn on the TV, you sit there and complain about the world and say how unfair life is, when actually you always have the power to change that. You don't have to sit on the sofa when you get home. You can go out for a run, you can go out for a walk, you can do so many things. You can play with your kids and have some quality time with your kids. There's so many things that you can do, that you can start lifting yourself away from that comfort zone. But the beauty of coming outside of your comfort zone is it helps you to grow as a person. And the more you step away from your comfort zone, the better you are improving yourself. Now, there's going to be a lot of successes, and equally there's going to be a lot of failures. You're just going to try new things and you're going to fail at new things. That is just life. But the thing is, at the end of the day, you are responsible for your life. Now, a lot of bad things can happen to you in your life. I accept that. But at the end of the day, the way you react to those bad things is always your responsibility. You can get counseling, you can get help if you've had traumatic experiences in your younger life. Again, you can complain about it, you can complain about how unfair the world is, and that's fine, you have that entitlement, and sure, you're going to get a lot of sympathy. But is that really helping you to recover from that trauma? Maybe you need to seek professional help, but that's stepping outside of your comfort zone. Ultimately, we are responsible for our lives. It's something that I've learned. I can get sympathy, I can complain about things, but getting sympathy is not helping me to become a better person. It's not helping me to become stronger in my daily life. Getting outside of my comfort zone, feeling uncomfortable, but learning new things, that's what improves me as a person. And I can tell you now, there are thousands of people out there who have gone out there and done it and improved their lives. Many of them have become fabulously successful doing it, but equally, many of them have not become fantastically successful at it. That's not really the point. The point is that you are growing every day. You're learning new things. You're coming outside of your comfort zone. One of the best ways to get outside of your comfort zone is to make the decision to wake up at 5 a.m. every morning. I love that idea, and I've mentioned it many times about the Robin Sharma 5 a.m. club. It is incredibly uncomfortable waking up at 5 a.m. in the morning, doing 20 minutes exercise, 20 minutes planning, and 20 minutes studying. But after about 45 to 60 days, it's become a habit. Now you've got a new comfort zone that you've got to step out of, and it becomes a nice, wonderfully growing cycle that you're constantly moving outside of your comfort zone. You're constantly becoming a better person. You're constantly growing into the person that you want to become. As I mentioned last week, you always have that power to become the person you want to become. And I really want to help you there, focus on that, because I have seen so many people get stuck inside their comfort zone, and eventually they think, my life is over, it's too late, I'm just waiting to retire. What am I going to do in my retirement? Oh, I know, I'll go hiking every day. But is that what you really, really want? So change your life now. Move outside of that comfort zone. Get yourself growing and learning, developing new skills. Going to a you know, one of the best things is if you are a little bit overweight and because you've been eating a little bit too much fast food and maybe drinking a few too many beers, go to the gym. Because when you go to the gym, you're going to be surrounded by people who've been pumping iron for a long time, and you're going to feel incredibly uncomfortable. But over the weeks, as your weight reduces, as your body becomes better, fitter, stronger, you're going to start feeling that pride. And soon you will also be one of those people. And I've seen some amazing documentaries on CrossFit about how people have transformed their lives. But when they first went to the CrossFit gym, they were hugely overweight. But in a period of about a year, they turned their lives round. They felt so uncomfortable when they first went into that gym. But 1 year later, these guys are instructors. They're teaching other people. What an amazing way to move outside your comfort zone. You have the power, guys. You can change your life. You can move outside of your comfort zone. But it takes that decision to move outside your comfort zone. Start small. And those small gains, those small wins soon build up into a huge factor. So go out there today, look at your life, have a look at the things that you've become a little bit too comfortable with and decide how you are going to change it. That way you are going to be growing yourself, you're going to become a better person and a stronger person in your work, your social life, your family life, in pretty much every part of your life. Thank you very much for watching this week's episode. I hope you found it slightly inspiring because I really want to help you guys to become better versions of yourself. It just remains for me now to wish you all a very, very productive week.